MPs are walking up their campaigning to get Facebook lug Marc Zuckerberg to seam up them to reply questions on information confidentiality and misinformation. The House of Commons Digital Civilization is connecting forces in its Canada copy to conduct a collaborative listening on November 27. Its armchair Damian Collins has forced Mr. Zuckerberg to seem, proverb his testimony is now expired and immediate. The technology lug, who has emerging up the US Convention and EU Parliament, has previous shipped a member. Following monthly's listening, to get location in Westminster, will engage both of UK and Canada political community. Mr. Collins and Bob Zimmer, the President of the Canada Permanent Board on Accessing to Data, Confidentiality and Ethical, include spelled a collaborative email requester Mr. Zuckerberg's present. Above the history year, our committees include both of desired testimony of a Facebook execution inadequate credibility to offer an exact expense of latter failures of trial, consisting the latter Cambridge Analytica fracas and next information breaches, they wrote. Taking into account yours personality declared purpose to install Facebook, and to hinder the plate's defame use in planet sphere and more democratic trial, we would love to offer you the opportunity to seem at the listening. We urge on you to get up the historical prospect to speak parliamentarians of both of sides of the Atlantic and for on the measures Facebook is take to stop the distribution of misinformation on yours plate, and to defend customer information. Facebook was penalised £500,000 over the year following the UK's Information Protect Guard dog found it had taken into account app developers accessing to up to 87 millionth users' information out of precise agreement. Several of the information was shared in Cambridge Analytica, that utilized it to goal policy advertisement in the US. Mr. Collins said Sky News story how Mr. Zuckerberg was the final judgment manufacturer in the business and he must expense for mistakes that leftward human beings as information so accessible and sensitive. Following Mr. Zuckerberg shipped his head technique official, Mike Schroepfer, to seam up the board in April, MPs endangered to question his lug in a official call to seam oneself while following in the UK. Accounting his judgment, the Facebook lug told Mr. Schroepfer had wide expertise and was so located to reply MPs questions on the business's industry practices. In an email to MPs at the period, he told Facebook completely recognizes the standard of social and parliament concern in these issues and coordinated how they must be aimed at the largest elder levels of the business by such an unreputable stance.